Shalom, shalom. I'm on the passenger side, so I'm not driving, but I want to talk on invitation. Becoming an Israelite, a lot of things I put away. So I no longer celebrate birthdays. So the likelihood of me celebrating your birthday is not there. So I get not being invited to birthday gatherings. Also, secular holidays, I don't really participate in them. So I get, again, not being invited. But just straight up gatherings, playing cards and stuff like that, I do those things. So we invite a lot of people to our house. You know, we done invited many different people through the years. But I was just thinking about something today when a friend invited me to go with him as he went over another friend's house. And I'm like, wow, I'm actually out dating my wife today. So I was not able to accept that invitation, but it was interesting. The first time being invited to that friend's house was by another friend. Nothing that I was offended by, but it's just, unique. When I was young in the world and stuff, I've been in mostly all my friends' home, all through their houses. And you look at it now, as an adult, people have been to my home and I've never even stepped in their house. Some of them I have never seen their house. And it's like, wow. The dynamics of relationships are quite different when you become an adult. What you're welcome and invited to is quite different. You may be open to have people around you, but that doesn't always guarantee that you will be welcome around them, around their families. You know, a lot of people know my wife, my children. I have no connection to their spouse and their children, though I know they have them. Maybe, I've invited them to bring their spouse or whatever, but if they don't take that invitation, it just won't happen. And it's just interesting how just, life is and stuff. So I don't know. I used to get upset by some of the stuff like man, everybody doing stuff and I'm never a part of anything and this, and I want to be, and it's like now, if I want to do something, I have to invite people over to my home. I don't know. Let me see. This thing with invitations, it's kind of unique to me. When I'm planning and doing something, if I want to invite people, especially if it's something major, like if it's just playing cards or whatever, I might wait till that week. But if I want to do something like when we have our wedding anniversary, if we're going to have something big, we're going to let people know months in advance. Just recently, we went to the baby shower for my grandchildren, twins that's supposed to be born. And we knew about that a while ahead of time, planned it out. See, my work schedule, the days that most people have things, I got to work. So if you give me last minute notice, that invitation, though I may even want to accept it, I can't just tell my job I'm not going to be there at the last minute and not be viewed as, a problem. My workplace, they probably would give me the time off, but they would look at me and side-eyed, be like, you're leaving us short. I don't like doing that. I like being responsible and giving people a reasonable amount of time, just like doing it. When I'm doing stuff or whatever, I want to, also make sure that people, if it's something that's going to be financial to them, that it doesn't add a burden to them. It's been times I've been invited to stuff, me and my wife, and maybe we just got back from a trip. So that was something we planned for. So we had money set aside for that, and then we did that. And then now here's something that's major. So the savings is gone, as well as the days or whatever, availability for work. And then a lot of times, now our children are adults, but we still have, one at home. Before, they were dependents. So it's like, okay, unless we're going to take them with us, and if it's travel involved, that's going to be an added expense. And if it's something that we're not going to take them, we got to have somebody else watch them or check in on them. That's, again, another added expense. That's stuff to consider. But a lot of times when people invite you to stuff, they don't always look at that. And it's like, man, give somebody enough time to gather themselves and prepare for what you're doing. And I'm the one that'll tell people, like, you know, hey, I want to, but I don't have the time, or I want to, I don't have the resource. I want to, but, and a lot of people look at that as just excuses. And it's like, I don't like when people try to dictate what my money is doing, how my money is doing, because I myself am a responsible person. I'm not going to go in debt to do your thing. Yes, I want to celebrate you, but I don't want to hurt my own home and hurt my own, you know, financial situation trying to appease someone else. I love invitations, though. I wish I got more, but I'm not begging for it. If I don't get it, so be it, because I do realize, hey, I still have to arrange the time and likely take off, because my days off is not like most people. One of my days off happened to be the Shabbat. So if it's the Shabbat, if it's not dealing with something to do with the Mishpah, something to do with the Most High, that day off is to him. And so I'm not going to be able to do nothing with you anyway. Now, after the Shabbat, I could. But then again, I still also have to look at it, okay, the time frame, because afterwards I got to get back, and the next day I got to go to work. So just wanted to talk about invitation. I'm going to let people know I'm open to invitation, and just because you think I may say no, it's okay to ask me. If it comes to something that's dealing with a holiday or dealing with a birthday, I guess, you know, if you don't ask me, I'm not hurt by it. And if you do ask me, I'm still not hurt by it, but likelihood I'm going to say no. I love those celebrating baby showers. I love celebrating wedding anniversaries and stuff like that, and especially stuff that's in my local area. You know, if you give me enough notice, I can make it happen. Because I'm one that loves to celebrate other people more so than I love to celebrate myself. But them invitations, it's all about how you do it. If you wait to the last minute, likelihood, not that I don't want to, but I'm not going to be able to, because I'm not going to disrupt the flow of my job, disrupt the flow of my family, trying to do something that was last minute. All right, invitation. Shankwil, y'all.